sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Near.
And the greatest driver.
Gerald.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
you don't have to wear that,
$5. I know you guys are excited to get on this one, but first, you see.
Jimmy, thank you so much for that personalized message. All right, first, if you need guest assistance or have a medical emergency, or if you dropped something in valley off the side of the tram, or you have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red key cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use that red cord above your head if you need any assistance. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Now please, no smoking of any kind during the tour. Be prepared, our tour today features loud noises, sudden train movements, fire effects, and many water effects. You'll want to have your cameras out for some great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and safety of those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you are on board. Alrighty folks, and we're off. We've done it, we've left the theme park behind. We're now heading out to the heart of the production area here in Universal Studios Hollywood. Now this first part of our tour, we call this our timeline, alright? As we're going down this hill, look to your left, look to your right, and see if you can find the poster for your favorite Universal movie. Now if you can't find it, that makes sense. I mean, these posters, they only represent a teeny tiny fraction of the over like 10,000 movies that Universal Studios has produced throughout its years. But the most important day in our studio history, it's going to go back 108 years ago to March 15, 1915. That's when our founder, Mr. Carl Laemmle, he's on your screens right now. He's a gentleman wearing the bow tie. Carl Laemmle opened the gates of Universal Studios on March 15, 1915. Now, Carl Laemmle was a German immigrant who came to this country with a couple of dreams. One of those dreams was to build a city that was dedicated to making movies, and that's exactly what he did. He built the city that we're currently in right now, Universal City. Yeah, folks, we are officially our very own city. We've got our own zip code at 91608. We have our own set of medical emergency services, and we even have our very own fire station, Fire Station 51. And folks, that's not a movie set. Those are not actors inside of there. Those are the true stars and heroes who keep us safe every single day. But you know what our studio here does not have in this city? Residents. Now, people don't live here. People work here tirelessly, making some amazing movies, TV shows, music videos. Now, they make a lot of those things inside of buildings that are called sound stages. A sound stage is basically a giant warehouse with really thick concrete walls that have been insulated and padded to make about 98% soundproof. We use sound stages because it gives filmmakers a nice enclosed environment where they can control the weather, the temperature, the lighting, the sound. Like right now, it's daytime outside, right? But on the inside of the sound stage, we can set it up to look like it's nighttime. Now, we've got 36 sound stages in total. You're going to see a bunch on our tour today. But the very first thing you see is on the left-hand side of the train. Sound stage 12. That is our oldest, that is our largest soundstage. It's been home to movies like Frankenstein, Dracula, and in 1961, a great Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, Flower Drum Songs, featuring a mainly all-Asian cast, filmed that musical inside of that soundstage. Now friends, we're about to cross over this street and we're about to pass really close to another set of 5 sound stations. And I want to point out a couple of things to the left, alright? You're going to notice big giant doors in front of these sound stations. Those doors are large and that way they can accommodate any kind of set pieces or equipment that need to be moved in or out of those doors. And these doors even have a name. They're called elephant doors. Yeah, elephant doors. I'll explain why in a little bit, so everybody hold on to that information, alright? Now these elephant doors have been home to TV shows like Grand Crew, great show on NBC, their stars Nicole Byer, you might know her as a host of Netflix's Nailed It, and Soundstage 7 and 8, which are coming up on the left, home to the TV show Bel Air, the dramatic, gritty retelling of the 90s sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. In fact, I have 2 of the stars from that show about to come up on our screens to tell us a little bit more about how they use these sound stages on the left.
You got me there with you. So what is you?
Okay, Jabari, Ollie, you're on.
The cheese on the egg, how many cheese? That's right. Whoa, how many seats do you think are in there? I don't know, it's gotta be a lot. We could probably fit the whole Bel Air cast and crew. We gotta get one of these conventions. I'm paying for it. Sure. The lucky thing, y'all, the Dance Young Natural lives right here on the Universal Lot. Right. Some of Bel Air's most pivotal scenes have been filmed right here. Jabari, what have been your most memorable moments? I don't know, I mean, there's so many to choose from. You know, I love the point yourself when Will first enters and at that moment his life changes forever. What about you? Well,
The Bel Air Academy gym set is here too, and I remember you having to sit in that cold ice bath for hours.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
I sit there and feel my toes. No, but seriously, my favorite part of this lot is the talented crew who put it all together. Hair, wardrobe, makeup,
Set design, props, and transportation. transportation?
Yes, yo, Transworld's the best. And they got the sweetest lives for us to play with.
Actually, speaking of, if we're gonna get a ride like this, we'd better go talk to Transport now and let these people get back to their tour.
Hell yeah, that's how it's gonna be. As long as I get to drive.
No, not if I've got the keys. Come on, man.
That's Jabari Banks, who plays Will, and Anna Charlatan, who plays Carlton on Bel Air. Letting us know there's so many hands that work behind the scenes to make a TV show come together. And on top of that, a lot of the locations that you see in Bel Air, like the Bel Air Mansion, the Bel Air Academy Gym, not real places. They're just sets that have been built inside of a soundstage. Yeah, for the most part, anytime you see a character on screen inside of a building, a house, a restaurant, a store, that's typically a set that's been built inside of a soundstage. Alrighty, folks, I want to see who's paying attention, alright? Shout it out if you know the answer. You don't need to raise your hands. What did I call the big giant doors in front of the sound stages?
Goat doors.
Goat doors? Wrong. Get off my tram. Elephant doors. They're called elephant doors. So let's talk about how that name came to be. At one point in our studio history, we used to actually have a zoo right here on the property. Yeah, we had over 30 lions, a whole bunch of person monkeys, and we even had over 10 elephants. Now, we used to use a lot of live animals in our movies, so we needed to make sure that the doors were big enough to fit an elephant through them, and that's how those doors got their names, elephant doors. Now, a lot of people want to know if the elephants are still here. They're not. Yeah, we had to move them off the property in the late 1920s, because that's when Hollywood started making talkies, or we started adding sound to films. And it turns out that elephants are super loud. They kept making too much noise and ruining films. I guess you could say we made those elephants pack up their trunks. Yeah, if you like terrible dad jokes and puns, you're going to love my tour. If you don't, it's going to be a really long 45 minutes for you. Alright, folks, on the left-hand side of the camera, pass by these tan buildings. These are the offices for some of Hollywood's top writers, directors, and producers. Big names like Dwayne "The Brock" Johnson. Yeah, The Brock, he's got offices on the left-hand side for his company, 7 Bucks Productions. They produced the TV show Young Rock at NBC. Jordan Peele has offices back here as well. For his company, Monkey Ball Productions. Monkey Ball, they produce all those great scary movies like, you know, Us, Candyman, and Nope. Even Amy Pascal and Pascal Pictures, they have offices here at UniversalStudios as well, and they produce all the most recent Spider-Man movies, the ones starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon. So honestly, a lot of Hollywood's greatest minds working to the left-hand side of the train. Alrighty, people. So we're near the end of the first portion of our tour. Right now we're leaving what's called the front lot. The front lot is where all of our offices are, but the majority of our sound stages are. We're now coming to my favorite part of the tour, the back lot. The back lot is where we get to shoot exterior shots on a grand scale. I mentioned earlier that anytime you see a character on screen inside of a building, a house, a restaurant, store, there's typically a set that's been built inside of a soundstage. But sometimes you see those characters walking down a busy city street with cars driving up and down the road, right? Or you need to see them walking into or out of a big physical building. Well, to the right-hand side of the tram, that's exactly where you do that. Here at UniversalStudios, welcome to the back lot. In this area, we have an entire city of buildings squashed into 4 acres of land. Buildings that look like restaurants, stores, banks, theaters, office buildings, apartments. Now, this row of apartments across the street, we call that area Brownstone Street, and you might recognize it from the movie on your screens. Take a look. Raise the dog!
I'm in the shower!
Like that.
Yeah.
There we go, that's Jim Carrey. He's leaving the stairs of one of those apartments coming out of Brownstone Street for the movie Bruce Almighty. Now, the apartment that he was in right before this happened, that was actually a set built inside of a soundstage. So you can see how an editor would have to take those 2 pieces of footage together to make it look like it happened one right after the other. Alrighty, folks, remember when I said if we were loud enough for Gerald, who's going to get us some extra special behind-the-scenes access? What's about to happen? You might feel like our tram's about to hit 88 miles an hour, because we're about to get 1.21 gigawatts and head back to the future to Hill Valley. Back to the future, fans, get your cameras out and point it to the left-hand side of the tram. There's no entry will be called Courthouse Square, but you will recognize this as the town of Hill Valley from Back to the Future Part 1 and Part 2. Yeah, on your screens right now, you see that clock tower? That's the same building to the left-hand side of the tram. Now here's why it looks a little bit different. Once the movie Back to the Future came out in theaters and became so popular, well, people knew what that clock tower looked like because it plays a very important part in that film. Here's the thing. This area is a set that other movies and TV shows can use for their shows. The problem was, they were doing that, and then they show the clock tower in the background. And the audiences would watch those other shows and other movies and say, wait a second, that's Hill Valley, where's Doc, where's Marty? So what we had to do is actually build a fake building in front of it. That City Hall that you see on the left-hand side, not a real building. When you walk right through the front doors, you'd actually see the original pillars of the clock tower right behind there. And even that building not made out of real materials. Yeah, what looks like brick, what looks like concrete, actually painted, plastered, and plywood. Yeah, there's not a single brick in this entire area. Yeah, we use materials like that. That way it's easier to build or to take down different parts of these sets. Alrighty, people, we're going to make like a tree and get out of here. That's for all my Back to the Future fans. We're going to leave the quick little town of Hill Valley behind. It's now for us time to head to the big city. Everybody, welcome to New York Street. Now, as we turn the corner here, you're going to notice a lot of these storefronts on the ground floor do have an interior space in them, right? That's what we call a practical set. So with these practical sets, a crew can go inside, decorate it, to make it look like a bar, a restaurant, a coffee shop. And then you can film on the outside as well as on the inside. So that's what we call a practical set, alright? As we drive up the street, you might be getting a weird sense of deja vu. You're like, I feel like I've been here before. Yeah, it's because you've seen these buildings in your favorite TV show or your favorite movie. If anybody here watches American Ninja Warrior, this is where they build that entire obstacle course where they're filming episodes back here. Or if anybody's watching Quantum Leap right now on NBC, great show starring Raymond Lee and then recently and Ernie Hudson. They film a lot of their episodes on this street. They make it look like Philadelphia. They make it look like San Francisco as well. And if anybody here is a big fan of K-pop, Jisoo from the band Blackpink, her music video for the song Flower, filmed right here a couple of months ago. You know what, let's do this. Let's get Jimmy Fallon back up here to tell us a little bit more about the street we're driving on.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. You can make it here. You can make it here on the Universal lot.
That's right, folks. Well, we're going to leave the big city of New York behind. We're going to head to a slightly more exotic location. Here's Academy of Board Director Peter Jackson letting us know where we're going to next.
This original thing called like I saw that movie on TV. I like
With the fact that the building is crazy, isn't it?
Hey, cartoon.
sweep you up the beach, complimentary character money, you're on board the ship.
Thank you for waving at me. Hey, Carl.
You're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
That's right, people. We're about to encounter those prehistoric creatures and monsters again. But before we do that, a quick reminder to please remain seated throughout the entire tour. Hold on tight to the valuables, all right? I don't want anybody to drop their phones or the cameras at Stone Island. And if you do record a video or take pictures, just make sure to keep that flash off of that device, all right? All right, people. If you're ready to go see King Kong, make some noise!
Put your glasses on.
All right, 3D glasses on now, everybody.
Yeah, I think so. God! Oh, yeah! Oh. Oh, God! Oh, yeah!
Yeah, King Kong!
All right, people, let's give it up for King Kong 360.
King Kong!
Oh, Steve.
All right, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell y'all like that one, right? I mean, that experience is pretty incredible. That experience is pretty intense. You know, one can even say that King Kong 360 3D was bananas. Huh? See what I did there? Come on, he's a giant gorilla, he likes bananas. Come on, I can tell at least a couple of you thought that banana pun was appealing. Oh, yeah, I'm layering them now. Yeah, I'm not done. Puns about bananas? I got a bunch. All right, everybody, hold on to your 3D glasses, all right, because we might need these later on in the tour. Now, speaking of 3D, let's talk about how it works. If any of you happen to take your 3D glasses off during King Kong, you probably thought you had terrible eyesight, because you were looking at a double blurred image, right? Well, that's on purpose. In a 3D movie, there are multiple projectors showing what looks like the same image you're seeing, but they've been filmed and animated from slightly different angles. Now, the 3D glasses that we use, they've got polarized lenses. A polarized lens, it filters out certain types of light. Because a movie is just light being projected onto a screen, what that means is that one of the lenses allows one of your eyes to only see one of the angles. The other lens allows your other eye to see that other angle. That way, when we got the glasses on, our brain can then process the two different angles together to then make it look like that you're popping off the screen at your face. 3D. Now, if you're my age, you might remember 3D glasses being blue and red, right? Slightly older technology, and that's back when the two different angles of the film, one of them was called with the blue filter, the other one was called with the red filter. And that's why the glasses were blue and red to allow our eyeballs to see the two different angles together. Thankfully, though, technology has gotten a little bit better since then, and now filmmakers can use the entire spectrum of color in their 3D movies. Alrighty, folks, well, we're going to shift gears a little bit, and we're not going to talk about cars, but it's not just any kind of cars, picture cars. A picture car is any vehicle that shows up on screen in a movie, a TV show, with music video.
All these cars
And sometimes
are
picture cars become
really?
just as famous as the actors who drive them.
Oh.
So everybody get your cameras ready. It's coming up on the left-hand side of the tram. We're about to pass by an iconic set of picture cars. Now, not the ones that are below us. That's actually a parking lot for some of our employees here at Universal. The picture cars are coming up on the left-hand side of the tram just after this side. Now, because we've got so many, I'm not going to talk about all of them. Just some of my favorites, all right? Now, if you're my age, you might have grown up watching Magnum PI. Well, check it out. We got Magnum PI's Ferrari right here. Although it turns out the top seller drove the bootleg because that's a fiberglass Ferrari shell on top of a dune bucket chassis powered by a Volkswagen engine. Yeah, turns out a Volkswagen engine is going to be a little bit cheaper to maintain on set instead of a real Ferrari engine. Yabba dabba do. We have some of these fun foot-powered vehicles from the Flintstones, very fuel efficient. Although, you know what? I have been told that those cars won't run unless you do. Harry Potter fans, we have one of the Ford Angelas used in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. They use 17 and a half different Ford Angelas for that movie. And they saw one of those cars in half. They got close-up shots of Rupert Grint and Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh.
Dinosaur fans, look, we have a gyrosphere from Jurassic World. Anybody notice what was missing from that gyrosphere?
The lid?
Yeah, I saw you doing it. The glass sphere around the outside. Now, a lot of people wonder what happened to the glass. Did it break? When in reality, a lot of the gyrospheres that you saw on screen in Jurassic World actually never had glass around them. Yeah, that's because glass is a really reflective surface, and you film with it, sometimes you see the reflection of the camera or the crew in that glass. So the next time you watch Jurassic World, know that a lot of the glass you see around those gyrospheres, it's not actually there. It's added in post-production. What you're really looking at is CGI, or computer-generated imagery that was added by a visual effects animator. Alright, folks, on the right-hand side of the tram, we're about to pass by JP29. That's a replica of the Jeep Wrangler that John Hammond drove in the original Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
And there it is, you can see it on your screen right now. Now, that is not the same car. This is the replica that was used in the movie Jurassic World that the two kids found when their gyrosphere broke on them. But once we pass that one, I do want to let you know that we are about to drive through some of the sets and picture cars used in the original Jurassic Park trilogy. Yeah, Coming up on the left, you're going to see a long camouflage vehicle. If you love the movie The Lost World Jurassic Park, well, you're going to remember the mobile lab that was hanging off the edge of a cliff with Julianne Moore hanging on for dear life. That's going to be the camouflage vehicle coming here on the left-hand side of the trail.
Oh my god.
Now, this vehicle on the left, made entirely out of plywood, right? Can you imagine that? Yeah, as we drive past it, turn your head over your left shoulder, you'll see all the plywood. Alrighty, folks, I do have to get off the microphone because we're passing too close to that filming area. But not before I tell you that we're about to go to a meet and greet with some of the stars from the original Jurassic Park movie. Alright, I'll be right back. Bye!
Oh my, ew. Looks so ill. This Spinosaurus. Oh. Dun 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 dun.
So folks, usually we've got some like sound effects and thunder playing right now, but because they're filming right over there, we're not doing it. But if you look to your left, we got some rain.
Oh my.
Well, sprinklers, you can call them rain rakes or rain bars. But the important thing about this is that you got to put light behind the raindrops when you're filming with them. That way they shimmer and shine, kind of like how the sunlight's going right now. You don't be able to see them on camera. Now normally in this part we have a big loud sound effect and we pretend that we left the water flowing for too long. We're not going to have the sound effect, but if you look over that way, we're going to have a bunch of water coming gushing down towards the tram. Here it comes.
Oh my god. Whoa. Dude. Whoa.
Look in the movie where you can see that flash flood effect happen. Here's it now.
Oh. Oh, that really good job. That really good job. Really good job. They make it.
That's a part.
Huh?
Oh, that's a part right there.
Really? Awesome.
right, folks, I'm on to talk again for a little brief moment of time. We're now turning into an area called Little Europe. A lot of you might recognize this area as the Good Place.
You, Eleanor Showstone, are dead. This location, the afterlife. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
That's right, everybody. We're in the actual Good Place, all 4 seasons of that amazing TV show with a lot of their exterior shots right here. Hey, do we have any fans of the Good Place on my tour today? No. All right, I see you back here with the Pooh hat on. Let's talk about it, all right? The yogurt shop that you see on your screens, that's the building directly behind my head, but as we turn the corner, it'll be the building with the double blue doors. In the fork in the road, you can see a fountain with blue tile back there. That's the disgusting clam chowder fountain that Eleanor hated in the Good Place. And the train station for neighborhood 12358W that played a very important part in the Good Place, giving Eleanor and Chidi a ride to the premium place. Also coming up on the left-hand side of the train. Now, I love the Good Place. Legitimately one of my favorite television shows ever created. Now, if you've never seen an episode of The Good Place, you're basic. That's right, Good Place fans, y'all get that reference. And if you don't get that reference, well, watch The Good Place. All 4 seasons are currently available on Netflix, and the cast of Kristen Bell, William Jackson Harper, Darcy Carden, Manny Jacinto, Jamila Jamil, and Ted Danson were incredible together. Now, the show itself is created by the amazing Michael Short. Mike Short, he's behind some of your favorite NBC comedies. If you're a big fan of the TV show The Office, Michael Short was a writer and a producer on that show. He then went on to create TV shows like Parks and Recreation and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So if you like any of the shows I just mentioned, I guarantee you'll also love The Good Place. Now, Michael Schur is a writer. He's typically behind the camera, but if you watched The Office, you know Michael Schur's face. Now, Michael Schur, he played Dwight's cousin Mose in The Office. That's Michael Schur. Now, why did a writer appear on screen for The Office? Well, that's because the showrunner is the person who's in charge of the entire series. He wanted the entire writing staff to play characters